All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. I'm your brother, Rabbi Knapp, coming out with a lesson Lord's will is edifying to the Lord's elect. I found this online. It says, man sets woman on fire on Chicago train, terrorist attack. And it's on, it's on Fox News. And, the Lord shows you his judgments every single day, and I just want to be consistent in showing you that, at least on my channel, that this is going to happen. This is going to be more frequent. This is going to be like an everyday thing. You're going to hear judgments, like probably multiple judgments like this on an everyday basis. But let me just get into it and see what the Lord did. This video was about 3 days ago. Let me just double check real quick. What did it say 3 days ago? Okay.
Well, another story that we are following very closely. It takes us out to Chicago in Illinois. A man now federally charged after setting a woman on fire on the train. We do have our team down at Fox 32. Reporter Roseanne there is joining us live. And Roseanne, this is quite the investigation that's underway.
Right. It was a horrendous incident, but a pretty quick investigation because they made their arrest yesterday, as you reported. Lawrence Reed, who's 50 years old, is now charged with terrorism on mass transit. He's been charged with setting a fire before. In fact, he set a fire at our Thompson government building here in Chicago years ago. But since 2017, he's been charged with everything from criminal damage to property to possession of a controlled substance and battery for punching women in the face. Well, now we know that Reed purchased gasoline shortly before the CTA attack. Authorities shared that video with us, and prosecutors showed CTA video that.
First of all, who takes a mug shot like this, man? This is a crazy mug shot right here. This right here. On the left-hand side, when he got this baby blue hoodie, this is a bugged-out mugshot, man. This man is 50 years old, man. 50. It's just ridiculous, man. You know? And you know what? I'm not even surprised because Jake, you meet some older Jakes. You know, they can be 30, 40, going into their 50s, and they still think like a little boy, man. Okay? They still think like, just like a little kid, man. And they take that mindset well into their old age. You know? Some people never learn, man. They really don't. You know? They don't learn. No matter how many times you tell them, you teach them, it ain't gonna work, man. And it ain't just Jake either. There's people who just will never learn, man. And they might not never learn the truth. They'll never learn anything they'll never grow into adulthood, even without the truth for the Bible. Never mind that, even though that's what the point of this video is for. But there's just some people, they'll just never grow into some mature and never taking accountability for their actions. And then that leads you, he probably got away with a lot of shit. And I don't know how he even made it all the way up to 50 years old without getting put in jail for a long time, man. But these be the people that they'll put you to death. They'll kill you. They'll get their hands on a gun. In this environment, this society will they make it easy for someone like this to get a gun or do some type of heinous, destructive act like he did.
Shows this man confronting a woman as she sat on the train. He walks up, pours gasoline on her. Then as she tries to run, he has a small bottle of gas that he ignites and begins to start her on fire. She's just 26 years old. She's in critical condition. U.S. attorneys had this to say yesterday.
And that just goes to show you, man, what kind of spirits that are out here, man. Everyone's like getting close to that line or jumping off of a cliff mentally, spiritually, physically. They're just going out of their minds, man. And if you don't have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this is somebody that's not stable. Okay, he's relying on the wisdom that he was taught to sustain him. This is why he can't endure into the end. And we're not even close to where hell's breaking loose yet. You know, and this is where people are, this is their options that they're taking in their mindset that they have before he even gets dangerous out here.
Lawrence Reed had no business being on the streets, given his violent criminal history and his pending criminal cases.
Listen, a lot of you, even if you don't have a criminal case, are going to be subject to these demons that are out here, man. You're going to be unstable, meaning demons are going to be able to dwell in you and make you do every abomination known to man. Every wicked lust you have, you're going to want to fulfill that lust. Ultimately, it's a demon. And you're going to allow it to do what it wants to do in your vessel. You're going to be committing these heinous crimes too. He did that to somebody and got away with it. And, you know, she survived this, from what I hear. She's in critical, but I've been following this a little bit. And she's actually survived this attack. But you're going to do it willingly, and the person that you do it to is not going to survive, and you're going to eat their flesh too. You're going to put them on fire so you can eat them. He did this because he was out of his mind. You're going to do it because you're out of your mind and you're hungry.
Reed had plenty of second chances by the criminal justice system, and as a result, you have an innocent victim in the hospital fighting for her life.
And you're not going to do it because you feel like you can get away with it. You're going to do it because literally your kids and everyone needs something to eat. And Esau is going to be more prone to doing it than anyone else. He already looks at you like meat. He looks at you like, he'll eat you. He'll eat you. I mean, a lot of people ain't going to tell you about that, about Esau, man. But the history I look at, he's still doing this to this day. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you meet some people, they start giggling out of control. I met people like this, Edomites, more specifically. I'm still having to see a Jake that has done this type of shit these Edomites be doing, man. They eat human meat, they drink human blood, they kill kids, they pedophiles, they're corn, they're photographing child corn. You know, they're out of their minds, man. These people need to be arrested. They need to be locked up. They shouldn't be in any position with a suit and a tie so they can deceive you. But if you got to understand, you understand, according to Revelation 20, he was loose for a little season, and he's deceiving you. Yeah, I remember this one situation in Milwaukee. This Edomite killed this Jake woman, and when they found her, she was torn in pieces, man. One arm over here, one foot over there, the head over here, the leg down the street. Okay. And the pieces they didn't find, I bet you those are the pieces he ate. Because this is Esau we're talking about. Now, you might think you want to hold hands with him, you can save him, but it tells you in Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, who can make that straight what I made crooked. He made him like that. The Heavenly Father made him like that, to be the devil that he is in these last days. The perfect devil, the perfect one that can rule and commit wickedness on the level that he wants it to be so he can destroy him. And that's Esau.
Because of the swift action of CPD, ATF, and our law enforcement partners, there will be no other chances for Mr. Reed.
Right. And that gentleman was actually with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, which also took part in this investigation. Now, if this man is found guilty, he is in federal custody and will face life in prison. And that's the latest on this story from Chicago.
Ooh, life in prison. Oh my God, they make it sound so scary, man. No, it sucks. You in life in prison. Oh, you tell me I don't have to work anymore? You telling me you're gonna feed me breakfast, lunch, and dinner and provide me a shelter? And give me all the resources I need so I can't commit crimes anymore? You're gonna seclude me from society where I should have been in the first place and spend more taxpaying dollars on me than the people who are on the street? Hey, you know what? Why not go put a white bitch to fire? That's what she deserves anyways. That's what her whole ancestor, y'all going there anyways, Obadiah 1 and 18. Who cares? And that's the mindset of Esau, man. It's wickedness, man. As a matter of fact, he didn't put anyone to death, so in this case, he shouldn't be worthy of death. But if he did kill her, I think he should get put to death. The scriptures talk about an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. So whatever happened to her, that's what should happen to him. If her face got burnt up, guess what? Give me the gasoline. Give me that. Go get the gasoline. Pour it on his face and light his face on fire. See how he likes that. Oh, he didn't like that? Well, guess what? Your judgment that's your judgment. Okay? And that's righteous.
Back to you.
All right, thank you so much there for that update. Truly a horrendous story that we're getting out of Chicago. We'll be checking in with you to see what updates we get later on.
Let's go. Let me see if I can go a little further. Well, that's the story that's going on. Actually,
but I do want.
I had another story. Let me jump back. It's a lot. I had another one. I thought this was going to be a little bit better. But clearly not. I think I was watching this one.
Chris Dennert, he's the owner and CEO of Dugout Mugs. Good morning to you. Tell us about your company.
Horrific story out of Chicago. A man with a long, violent criminal history is facing a terrorism charge after police say he set a woman on fire on a train. Shanley Payne.
There's always a black man and a white woman. I don't know why I wouldn't be surprised. The last person that stabbed that lady, she was from Ukraine. He stabbed her in the neck. There was reports, if you kept following that story, that he was saying he was hearing voices. They put some type of material on him, in him, or on him that was controlling his mind. And I wouldn't be surprised if Esau is not implementing some form of technology to see, practicing on people pretty much, and see if he can control them to do what he wants them to do in real time. And this is what we're witnessing. Because there's no other reason why he would go and attack her. There's no reason for that. It doesn't even make any sense, especially on the train specifically. And this technology is available, and I think we're seeing it in real time being used. So a lot of you who take this MOTB, you pretty much lost your life right then and there, because he's going to have control over you. He's going to be able to control you whenever necessary, and this is how we're gonna know. And I'm telling you, Jacob's Trouble's not gonna be like nothing you have ever seen before, man. And a lot of you don't know how it is you don't know how to be separate from other people, man. You gotta cling to other people, and that's how you feel comfortable. There's gonna be a day where you're gonna ignore all the signs, because your clinginess is gonna be more than your wisdom, and that's gonna cause you to be destroyed. You're gonna ignore all the signs, and you're gonna die for that. Okay? That's just because this technology like that, man. This stories where people one story I heard, dude was married, his wife was in the military, she took the MOTB, didn't tell him. And then she went and purchased something in a store, and he was like, I didn't even know you had that. Oh, yeah. I was thinking, probably get your kid to take it too. Behind your back, without you even knowing it. So that's the times that we're coming in.
Joins us now with more. And Shanley, we saw this take place in New York and now Chicago.
Right, Carly. So police say the 26-year-old victim was riding the Blue Line train in Chicago around 9 p.m. when this man, 50-year-old Lawrence Reed, allegedly approached her from behind, removed the cap from a bottle of liquid, and then poured it all over the victim's head and body. The woman attempted to fight off Reed, and then she ran, but Reed eventually caught up with her. Police say that after igniting the bottle and then he dropped it, he used it to to ignite the bottle and then set the victim on fire. Now, according to the complaint, surveillance footage showed the woman's body engulfed in flames, and then when she tried to extinguish it, she was rolling on the ground, and then she gets off the train at the next stop but collapses. Police say she was taken to the hospital and is still in critical condition. Reed allegedly walked away from the scene, but federal investigators caught up with him the next morning wearing the same clothes, and he had burn injuries on his right hand. They say Reed bought the gasoline about 20 minutes before the attack. Reed faces a charge of committing a terrorist act against a mass transportation system. Federal prosecutors saying that.
What? He created a terrorist act against a mass transportation system? What about the woman? That seems like that's attempted murder. This dude's laws, man, I'm telling you. You know, when you look into him, you got mad felonies, priors, and shit. They're saying he shouldn't even have been left on the street. Well, guess what? There's a lot of people on the street that probably, everyone that you see homeless and putting a needle in their arm probably should be in prison, man. If they're willing to do that to you, the scriptures talk about he that is evil to himself, to whom can he do good? Let's grab that. I think it's Ecclesiastes. Let me find. He that is evil, hold on. He that is evil to himself, to whom can he do good? KJV. Ecclesiastes 14, I was thinking there was that. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Let's look this up. So if someone's willing to put a needle in their arm, or this is also ultimately talking about Esau. Esau is evil to himself, man. Because look at him. He destroys the world in which he lives in. Okay? So who can he do good for if he's willing to pollute the whole world in which he lives in? So he can't do anything good for you, man. And you trust in him. That's the problem. That's how this precept's normally used. But in this case, I'm using it for somebody who is, let's see what it means. Ecclesiastes 14:5 advises against being stingy with oneself, stating that a person who is unwilling to enjoy their own wealth will have no one to be generous to. The verse suggests that this type of self-imposed misery is a form of wickedness, and that the misery will not find pleasure in their own possessions. It implies that true generosity is impossible if one is not also generous to themselves, and that hoarding wealth while denying oneself is ultimately pointless, as wealth can be lost or inherited by others. Sometimes they be going off. I think I kind of get what they're trying to say here, but the point of me bringing it up is because if you're evil to yourself, if you treat yourself, if you're willing to destroy your environment, to whom can you do good, man? You can't do any. You're willing to destroy yourself. So how are you willing to help somebody else out if you're willing to kill yourself?
This quote, this horrific attack was not just a barbaric assault on an innocent woman riding a train, but an act of terrorism that strikes at the core of our American way of life.
Get the fuck out of here, man. He's a terrorist. What about the person who pollutes the whole world, who destroys the whole world? What about him? What about the person who had that huge, first of all, I'm thinking about Chernobyl in Ukraine. That was destroyed. Esau did that. You know, these different, I can't even think of the word I'm looking for. It's like the oil rig disaster. Oil rig disaster. Let's see. Nothing pops up. Oil rig spill. It was like a huge spill. Oil rig spill. 2010, an explosion. A Deep Horizon oil spill was an environmental disaster beginning April 2010 off the coast of the United States in the Gulf of Mexico on the BP-operated Macondo prospect. Killed a bunch of people, man. This is a form of terrorism. Okay? He holds himself not guilty, though. Someone that throws gasoline on somebody, yeah, that's messed up. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to justify his wickedness, but look at Esau. Look what Esau's getting away with, though. The biggest criminal known to man. Revelation 11:18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And ultimately, that's Esau, Edom. Destroy him, though. Not lock him up. Destroy him. Okay? He needs to be destroyed, because he destroys the whole earth.
The U.S. Attorney's Office in Chicago, together with our federal, state, and local law enforcement partners, will take immediate and resolute action to bring swift justice to the victim.
And guess what? Swift justice is coming to Esau, Edom. The scriptures talk about a speedy riddance. Okay, we need justice from this devil, man. I think it's Zephaniah 1:18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. And that's talking about here in Babylon. This place is going to be destroyed for destroying the earth. And it ain't just him either. It's these other heathens too.
Prosecutors also confirming that Reed has an extensive criminal history, including a previous aggravated arson charge with connection to a fire in 2020. And if convicted, Reed faces up to life in prison. Todd, over to you.
Chanley, thank you. Let's bring in...
Oh, that sounds so great, but what about the damn so-called white man that committed? He done shed more blood than any other people, any other nation. What about him, man? He's the one bringing forth the justice. Come on, man. This is full of shit, man. This dude's full of shit. Excuse my language. I wish I could bridle my tongue and speak the way in a more respective way, but hey, man, when it comes to wickedness, man, I can't tolerate it, man. It's just, especially at the level he's doing it on. He's doing it on the most highest level. International, global wickedness. You know, the wickedness you do on an individual level, it's like, yeah, you want to repent for that. He's doing it on an economical, global level. Okay, spiritual on the highest level. He got temples all over the world. Idolatry, wickedness all over the world. He passes, he makes your country pass laws for wickedness all over the world. No, same-sex marriages. Listen, you want us to help clean your water? Pass the same-sex marriage. You know, how much homosexual is. You gotta protect your homosexuals, and you gotta establish some safe zone for them. You gotta do this small little thing. Okay, not much. Just a school for all gays can come and gather there, and they can get married there, and they can plant flowers and shit. Just in this one little house. And then that's how he corrupts your whole country.
Criminal defense attorney and Fox News contributor Donna Rotuno. Donna, if Blue...
And that's just that, man. Let me grab this in Zephaniah. So someone got their ass lit up. They didn't die, but that's what happened. And it's Jake. Zephaniah 3 and verse 5. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. So every day, every single day, if you have your eyes open to see, the Lord is judging. judging, man, every single day. So he creates these spirits to do these, perform these types of acts. Even if they got an MOTB in their forehead, the Lord ordains these things to happen to appease him, like it says in Ecclesiasticus, the 39th chapter. Okay? That's what they created to do. They're evil angels, according to Psalms 78. And they created to appease the wrath for all the wickedness that's going on. And he does no iniquity, meaning whoever he does it to, they're not innocent. And guess what? Nobody is innocent down here on the earth, according to Job 4:7. Let me grab it. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perish being innocent, or where will the righteous cut off? The righteous are never cut off, man. He's protecting the righteous. He's making sure he's their shield and their buckler. He's the one bringing the judgment. He's not going to bring judgment to those who are being obedient to him. He's going to protect them. He's going to save them in these last days. But let's go to the next situation that I got. Warning, distressing content. Be careful. It says heartbroken stepdad collapses as suspect admits to killing 11-year-old. Watch this.
Officer, dead? Why? I shot at him, bro. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Oh, it's all right, son. Just turn around.
I don't know what's going on. People are saying somebody shot.
Nigga, he just told you he shot the little kid, boy.
One girl also got arrested. Lots of plates. One was
Put him in cuffs. He just told you he shot him. This is what I'm saying. This is Esau. He can't be any form of authority. He don't know how to rule. He don't know how to. It's just not in him to do it. Dude got a monster hat, glasses on. He's a demon. He just killed an 11-year-old boy, and look how he's being treated. But if you use a $20 counterfeit bill at a place, you know, he'll put his foot on your neck. That's why these Edomites gotta go, man. They gotta go. They shouldn't be in any form of authority, I promise you, man. They need to be like the scriptures tell you: servitude, slavery, fire, burned up. All of them.
one is one girl also got arrested. Lots of plates. One is I'll get to one of them. So I don't know what's going on.
He keeps saying he don't know what's going on. He literally just told him in this video.
He came up around the side, like on the merge, you know, where what's the one that takes you northbound, eastbound over there?
Where's he going at right now?
It's in the car on the passenger side. Yeah, no, it's 100% weapon. I shot at him, dude. I didn't even know you had a kid in the car.
He's all speaking nonchalantly. Yeah, I just shot at him. I didn't know he had a kid in the car. Father's over here, distressed as hell. So-called Negro, Latino, Native American. Clearly Latino.
So I got an ambulance coming. Does anybody else have any weapons? Got in control. There's a kid shot in the back seat. Notify supervisors and stuff. Thank you, bro. I'm so sorry. Do you have your ID? Okay.
I am so sorry. Do you have an ID?
Just
I'm in school.
Take a minute when you get a chance. I need your ID. I'm so sorry, okay? We'll get this all taken care of.
Esau's a demon, man. He don't even give a fuck. He really don't give a fuck, man. Oh, man, he gotta go, man. He gotta go. I understand it. You know, you guys are still coming around to the understanding of this. But once he starts putting you to death and him to death and them to death and you to death, then you're gonna know. Then you're gonna know. Then you're gonna understand. Okay? And the water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, give me the spirit and power to understand these things, man. So when this time comes, I'm not gonna be like this nigga on the ground here, man. Lord's will. And that's why I got to thank the Lord, man, for giving me this wisdom, knowledge, and understand the nature of the devil, man. He got to go. He got to go. And in these last days, you're going to witness these things. You're going to see these things. Because he don't got no problem putting your kid to death, putting you to death. He's estranged from the womb. He don't care. He don't feel what you would feel when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans watch these videos and see your kids getting put to death, and you feel, oh. And some of y'all got the nerve to say, oh, he's hateful. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Which car is that guy's car? This one? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay,
Watch the whole
hang
thing.
tight. We got a lot of stuff going on. I got tons of people coming. Okay. It's going to be a minute.
Fucking dumbass. I didn't really have a scripture for that, but let me see. It says, let me see. Did I have a scripture for that? I mean, I guess I could grab a scripture. You know what? Let's grab Psalms 58:3. Let's just grab it, man. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. They're estranged. They're perverse. Who's the wicked? Esau. Esau is the wicked. Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, in the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. All right, so they were created to be this way. We grab this in Proverbs 16:4. The Lord have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So he created them for the day of evil. Ecclesiastes 7:13. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he have made crooked? Nobody. Nobody can make Esau straight. He's not upright. Genesis chapter 4. In verse 13, and Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest he, finding him, should kill him. So that mark is leprosy. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod in the east of Eden. As a matter of fact, that's what I wanted. Okay, and that mark upon Cain is leprosy. So Esau is pretty much a clean leper. Okay, Genesis chapter 3, verse 17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat thereof. Eat of it, Salakia. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Genesis 3, verse 14. And the Lord Yahweh's power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. So upon thy belly shalt thou go. So he's not upright. Okay, this is the same serpent that was in the garden. Okay, upon that belly shall I go. He's not an upright person. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Going back to Genesis the 4th chapter where it says he's a fugitive and a vagabond. Who enlargeth his desire is hell. He put hell on you, man. He put hell on everybody. That man that was crying on the ground, that's because hell, affliction was getting put upon him, and is as death. Okay, so he is as death. He loves death. That's why he got skulls and shit, skeletons in his front yard and shit like that. He's a demon. He's is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, then heapeth unto him all people. So this is talking about America, Babylon. Let's go up. Habakkuk 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. This is what I wanted to get. He's not upright. He's on his belly. But the just shall live by his faith. So you got to have faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Let's keep it going, though.
All right, the U.S. is reportedly ramping up pressure against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
No, I don't want to get to him yet.
The November jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics released this week is showing some staggering numbers in unemployment. The latest data finds that despite a job opportunity increase, nearly 700,000 women are still missing from the workforce. And for Black women, the unemployment has surged to roughly 7.5%, outpacing the broader workforce and sounding an alarm for the U.S. labor market. Award-winning gender economist Katika Roy recently released her analysis of these numbers, and she joins us now for more. Katika, thank you for being with us, as you have been before, to really break down what this means. Talk to us about what this crisis does show for the entire economy.
Well, you know what we're actually seeing is that if you look at Black women alone, Black women have lost almost 300,000 jobs, while men have gained 600,000 jobs. You're talking about a swing of almost 1 million jobs. That is not a slowdown. That is a redistribution of opportunity.
That is fascinating to hear you put it that way. And because most people would say, listen, these aren't 700,000 women who are just missing or electing to leave the workforce. Most of them were fired or pushed out, right? Is that what you would say?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we've seen. So when we look at since the pandemic, 700,000 women overall are missing from the labor force. And in that same time frame, over 6 million women have actually become eligible to participate in the labor force. So reasonably, you would think that their labor force participation should increase, but that's not what we're seeing. And just since February, we've seen almost 100,000 men join the labor force. So you're really talking about not a personal choice, you're talking about structural exclusion.
So why are Black women, you think, being affected at this level? And do you think that it seems that they're being specifically targeted?
Well, that's what, I can't speak to what exactly is happening in terms of being specifically targeted. What I can tell you is that the numbers are staggering. When we look at Black women, over 600,000 have been economically sidelined. One of the things that we look at is that if you compare it to white women, Black women's labor force is about 5 times smaller than white women. If white women had been economically sidelined at the same rate as Black women, we would be talking about over 3 million white women. That's the entire labor force of Pennsylvania. I mean, this impact is massive.
That is so striking, especially when you put it.
So there you go, man. Black women are losing your jobs, man. Long story short. All right. And guess what? There ain't gonna be no jobs for anybody, so don't feel too bad about it. Isaiah 19 and 15. Let's grab it. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So it's gonna be done out here. Okay? Ain't gonna be any jobs anyways. Scriptures talk about being like a pilgrim in the earth. Let's grab that precept as a matter of fact. Okay. course, you can't find it. Pilgrim in the Earth, KJV. Second Esdras 16, verse 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So we're gonna all have to make some decisions. We're gonna all have a life change in the near future. Hey, but you know what? I'm ready for it. I'm ready to get the hell out of here. I'm tired of working for this devil anyways, man. I can't wait for everyone to start suffering. It's good. It's good, man. I want to make it through the fire, man. I'm actually looking forward to the affliction, looking forward to having to get through these trials and tribulations, because I know a lot of people, they haven't been setting their mind really on it, and it's like you've been constantly preparing for it, not putting food away, not trying to save money and put it aside. I'm not doing that, but my faith in the Lord is much higher than it's ever been. Okay. Second Esdras 16 and 40 instructs God's people to be spiritually prepared for impending disasters by living as pilgrims upon the earth, meaning they should not become too attached to worldly things or possessions. The verse encourages believers to detach from worldly concerns like business, building, marriage, and labor, seeing them as temporary and ultimately vain in the face of coming divine judgment and chaos. So that's exactly the mindset I'm trying to implement in the times that we're in. You gotta detach. You gotta detach, man. Micah chapter 2, in verse number 10, it says, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword of destruction. A lot of people are comfortable. You know, they want things to be the same, and it's not going to be. It's not. So people are going to switch up on you. You know, people that you thought they're your friends and all of that bullshit. Watch. Because you don't get it. You don't understand. You don't read. You don't understand. Micah 2 and 9, the women of my people have ye cast out from their pleasant houses, from their children have ye taken away my glory forever. Let's look this up, Micah 2 and 9. And we're coming into a time you women are going to actually need a man of the Lord. And guess what? You're too proud to get one of those. Micah 2 and 9 condemns the powerful and wealthy for exploiting the vulnerable by driving women from their homes and stealing their children's rightful inheritance, which the prophet says deprives them of God's blessing. The verse highlights a severe form of injustice where the powerful use their position to take what is not theirs, particularly targeting the defenseless and leaving future generations without their spiritual and material birthright. Okay. So there ain't really nowhere to be comfortable here. Isaiah 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering, Salakia, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come upon thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city, because the palaces shall be forsaken, the multitude of the city shall be left. The forts and towers shall be for dens forever, a joy of wild asses, a pasture of flocks, until the Spirit be poured upon us from on high, and the wilderness be a fruitful field, and the fruitful field be counted for a forest. Then judgment shall dwell in the wilderness, and righteousness remain in the fruitful field. Long story short, lament for the teats, government assistance, police assistance, ain't gonna be none of that, man. Okay? You're gonna have to count on the Lord and a man of the Lord to be dealing with you. And they're not. They're not dealing with you. Isaiah 30, verse 2. It says, no, that's not it. It might be Isaiah 33. Nope, it's not that either. Isaiah. What am I looking for? Isaiah 31. In verse 2, yet he also is wise. Nope. I forgot the precept I was looking for, but it was a man shall be a shadow from the tempest, something like that. I forgot what that was. Isaiah 32. Isaiah 32 and 2, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Let's look this up. A lot of you women are single. You know, these jobs got you proud. Oh, I don't need a man and all of that. Okay. And you think you could be with Esau and everything's going to be all right. Okay. No, you're going to die, man. He's going to kill you. He's going to eat you. Okay, that's the point of the matter, man. You trust in the wicked. Isaiah, just like you did in the garden. Okay, you listen to the serpent. Well, now Eve and Esau. That all of that's coming down. It's coming down, man. And a lot of you are not going to be able to humble yourself and accept salvation, man. Isaiah 32 and 2 states that a man will be a hiding place from the wind, and a cover from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. This verse is often interpreted as a prophecy about righteous leadership that will come through the Messiah, who will be a source of protection, refuge, and life. It uses powerful metaphors of natural shelter and relief to describe the spiritual and physical security that this righteous leader will provide. Ultimately, Yahweh Shai is going to provide all of that, but it's going to start with his elect first, because it tells you in the book of Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And you women don't deserve a man like this, a man of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You so-called black women, man, you're going to be through. Okay? When these times come, you're not going to have any protection. Some of you will, because you're part of that number, but majority of you are not going to make it. But I'm going to end it here, Lord's will. This was edifying. Shalom.